Okay, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for taking time out of your night and coming on the
Thank
show,
you for
buddy.
having me.
Definitely, definitely. If the sound quality is a little off, I apologize. I
Yeah,
told you before, I'm doing it from the phone instead of my laptop.
yeah.
But like the first thing I wanted to ask you is like, what drew you to want to act?
Man, what drew me to want to act was so my mom, she has this job like as a photographer for bedding and stuff, and one of her friends like she used to work with when I was like really little, like 3 maybe. She asked her, she's like, "Do you know any babies you could submit for my agency?" And my mom was like, well, you can use my kid because they didn't have many like Hispanic babies with like dark hair at the agency. So she submitted me, and I like started doing a bunch of print stuff, and then yeah, I did that for a while, and it eventually just evolved. Like when I was like, I'd say like 9 or 10, into like I came to DTV Studios where I am now, which is a really cool acting studio, and I got into TV and auditioning, and I got a manager, which is my manager, Antonia. She's amazing. And yeah, I'm here now.
Oh, wow, okay, that's awesome, man. Nice.
Yeah.
Um, what was like the besides working as a a little kid, like what was your like first role, like either for film or television?
Ooh, I remember. So okay, so my first like commercial role was uh, a Cook Children's commercial for this hospital, and yeah, it was really cool. Like I got to stand up like against this like scale like with the height, and it was like the taking you through like the different heights of the kids, and I was like really little, like maybe like at least 3'11", like 4'1", like around there, and they just told me to like do cool stuff. So I was like this, and like showing off my guns, and I was like 4 years old, and yeah, it was really fun. I remember it.
That was when they knew right there, like,
Yeah.
okay, this has what it takes. Like he's over there showing off. So how was it playing Mitch in Give Give Me a Break Short?
Oh yeah, that was really cool because in that I got to play with one of my buddies, which is really cool from acting class, and
Yeah.
like chemistry on set and stuff was like really like right there, and we got to play foosball and that too, like together. So there's a little bit of like competition, you know, and, and like just the people around it. It was great. I had a lot of fun filming it.
Nice. Every time you play foosball, it definitely brings out the worst in
Yeah,
someone. Like when I'm playing it, I do not want to lose, so I'm like
yeah.
trying everything there is to win.
Yeah, I'm a pretty competitive person, so I'm not trying to lose.
I'll even like cheat and say, "Oh wow, look, the
Yeah.
that girl you like is like waving to you," and then they'll be like, "Huh?" And then boom.
Oh, I made it. What?
And I I see you were also in Law and Order short. Like, was that based off the television show?
Yeah, it was like a little like bit of a spoof of it,
Oh, okay.
based off of it. It was pretty cool playing that. I had a lot of fun. It was when I was kind of little too, like I think like 8 or 9, maybe. I had a bunch of fun. I had to be like uh, I think I can't really remember, but I think I was one of like the crime people, and they were like,
Mhm.
"So what's the passcode?" And I was like, "Snickerdoodle." And they're like, "Correct."
Nice. And, and how did you wind up getting the role you're currently playing now, Art Art Daly?
Oh yeah. So basically, the audition process for that was really interesting. I'll have to tell you about it. So I got the audition. I think it was pretty like late at night that I taped the audition and sent it
Hmm.
in, like a normal, memorized it and did it, sent it off. I did it at my house, which I usually tape auditions here at DTV behind the screen
Okay.
right here. But I did that one at my house because I can't remember if like my coach was out of town or something. But yeah, I ended up sending it off and I got a call back and I was like, "Oh, nice." So I went up there to the studio, right? And I walk in and he's like, "So, what's up? How you doing, Nico?" And I like introduce myself and we start doing the scene. And I noticed that I like have the wrong sides and I was like, "Oh, sir, these I think are the wrong sides." And he's like, "Oh, really?" So he pulls out like another pair of sides and he gives them to me, right? And he's like, "Okay, so just try to cold read these for me." So I do, and I'm not that good at cold reading, which I'm not like the worst at it, but I surprisingly did really well, and I ended up getting the part. And then after, what he told me was even crazier, is he said that he did that on purpose to see if I was like good with like knowing things on the spot, you know? So
Really?
yeah, I ended up passing the test, I guess. So
You, you passed it with flying colors. There you go. And for anyone who don't know about the show and about who Art Daly is, can you tell us a little bit about the show and about Art?
oh, yeah. So basically, my character Art Daly, he aspires to want to be like a director, you know. So he, at first, he tries to do it all himself, play all the roles, edit it together, and I get my sister to like help me film, and then it doesn't work out. So I decide to get a bunch of these kids like in my neighborhood to come like make movies with me, and
Yeah.
that's basically what the show is about. And since like we're on a Christian streaming service, they brought on a character who's the cousin, and in order to use like their fancy camera, we have to use a Bible verse every movie, and it's pretty cool. Like that's what it's based about.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. That's really cool. I like that.
Yeah.
And you're in season two now, right?
Yes, we just finished filming season 2 this summer, so next summer we're gonna be filming season 3.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you like most about playing Art?
What I like most about playing Art is that Art's like he really relates to me, you know? He's really like one of those guys that wants to get it like done and get it perfect. He's a perfectionist, you know? And I just really like find like filmmaking and like directing like really cool. Like uh I think it was a year ago I tried to like put a little thing together like of my own and like record myself and like all the camera angles and edit it together, and it was like really fun, and I didn't know it was like, that fun. And to do it like as an actual show, pretty cool for me.
Yeah, definitely. And is there any scene you had the most fun with, like the most fun filming?
Uh, well, we did go out to West Texas and this town, Midland, and it was like a bunch of like desert and like uh, it's called the Sand Hills, basically. If you
Oh,
want to look
okay.
it up, anybody wants to look it up, it's basically like a bunch of sand hills, like mountains of sand and stuff. And we got to go there. It was super, super hot, like 100 degrees. We were filming in, and everyone was like overheating and stuff. But it was just really fun because we got to like have these boards that we got to slide down like the sand mountains on, and
Yeah.
it was I had a blast doing that. That was probably the fun part.
Oh man, that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's like the snow, but with sand, and like you go down. It was pretty fun. It's how it
Did
is in Texas. So.
Oh wow. Did any sand get in your eyes and you're like, I can't
Oh
see.
yeah, definitely covered in sand.
Yeah, that's what I hate. Like when I'm on the beach, like if there's like a strong wind and then it blows the sand right in your eyes when you're laying on the beach, and you're like, oh my god, I can't see.
Especially like when you get sand in your eye, and you're just like,
Exactly, exactly. And what do you do be, between takes, like when you were on set? Like, what do you do to kill time when it's not your role?
well, between takes, really, we just like look at our lines like from our phone, to make sure we're getting them right, and like make jokes with each other and just talk to each other and like catch up. That's basically what we do.
Okay, okay. Well, was there any funny or cool behind the scenes stories that happened while you were filming season two?
Uh, Behind the scenes stories. Well, behind the scenes, what we would do is at the studio there was like a basketball court, and sometimes the crew members would go out and like play basketball with us, and those games are so fun. Like the director and the assistant director would play against like me and the other castmates, like the boys, and I just had a blast doing that. That was really fun, like and competitive.
Oh wow, okay. Well, like speaking of sports, like you also play sports, right?
Yeah, I do. I
With
uh,
sports you play?
I play baseball, basketball, and I just started track this year.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, but I'd say that baseball is like my main one, because I play on like a travel team and we like travel a bunch of places for tournaments. And yeah, I just love baseball. My grandpa got me into it when I was like, I think 6 or 7, and I've just stuck with it ever since.
Nice. Like, do you play sports in school too? Like, are they like the school sports that you're doing?
Yeah, I basketball is the school sport I play, and then track that I'm doing right now is also the other school sport I play.
Nice. And baseball is just like traveling, like it's
Yeah,
your own team.
uh-huh, because in high school is the only time like my district has baseball because a bunch of middle schools like around here don't really have baseball. So since I'm in middle school, like you have to play kind of on a separate team before high school.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So what pro baseball team is your all-time favorite?
Pro baseball team, I'd have to say probably the Texas Rangers because, from Texas and I go to a bunch of those games and they're a blast. I have a bunch of fun there. And my mom, she's a Yankee fan though. I Yankees, boo the Yankees.
Well, I'm from Philly, so I'm kind of like a Phillies fan.
I was rooting for Philly in the World Series against Houston because Houston's a bunch of cheaters. So, yeah, I was rooting for y'all.
All right, sweet, sweet. And I saw on your page you say college football is better than pro, right? Like it's more fun.
Yeah, I just love watching college football more than the NFL. Like, I love them both, but college football, just has that like atmosphere. And I've been to so many college football games, and it's so fun, like the crowd being like, ah, like all at once, and like doing those chants. And it's just something like you don't get with NFL, really.
Yeah, true. True. You definitely got a point there. I've been to both college games and Philadelphia Eagle games. So
Yeah,
like
those Eagle fans. Those Eagle fans are pretty diehard.
they're they're absolutely crazy. That I mean, see, I'm not like that. Like I'm probably one of the few
Debatable.
few Philly guys that don't take the sport to heart. Like mostly everyone else that I know in Philadelphia takes the Eagle games to heart, and when they lose, they'll call out of work. They won't talk to their like wives or husbands, and it's just like they took the loss personally, and I'm like,
Can't
it's a
imagine the Super Bowl
game.
loss.
Oh my god. Oh, like yeah, the people in the city weren't the same for about 2 weeks. I just look at them. I'm like, it's a game.
Especially when Dallas comes to town.
Yeah, yeah,
But-
exactly. I mean, the Eagles didn't win the Super Bowl, but they were still on Broad Street.
yeah.
Broad Street is like the main street where everyone goes at when they want to celebrate, you know,
Oh,
the, the game. And they were outside, like busting glass, falling through septic bus signs, and it was a mess. And they didn't even win the Super Bowl, and they were damaging the city. Someone lit a car on fire.
really?
I mean, it's luckily the cops caught the person that did that.
Luckily.
uh, but what kind of music do you like? What's on your playlist?
Oh, music. I'm not really much of like a singer guy, you know, but I like to listen to a bunch of like different music. Like it ranges like from country, like Morgan Wallen, or
Okay.
rap. Usually, it's very diverse, you know.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. No, it's always good to listen to all different kinds of music, not just one.
hmm
So you said you're not much of a singer. So my next question was going to be, if you were going to do a karaoke song, what would be your go-to
Oh,
song?
go to karaoke song. Well, I did have to do an audition once where I had to sing, and it was pretty funny because I think the song I sang was from Bruno Mars, and it was like, "You're perfect just the way you are."
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
like, her eyes make the stars seem like they're not shining, like that song. And I mean, I just gave my heart out because as an actor, you just have to pretend you know how to sing, and you might have a chance of getting the job. So yeah, but I'd say one of my go-to karaoke songs is probably "Party in the USA." I know like almost
Yeah.
every word of that song.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's good. It's a good song. And what was the last song you heard that stuck it in your head and you couldn't get it out?
Last song that stuck in my head. Uh, I listened to a bunch of songs on the radio, so like last song that stuck in my head was probably Lil Nas X. I
Oh yes.
yeah, his songs always get stuck in my head. I don't know why. It's just like the melody like he uses.
I know. Like when you do listen to one of his songs, a little Nas song, just
Yeah,
the lyrics and the beat, like you
it's so
just
catchy.
yeah, it definitely is. And his music videos are a little wild, and
Yeah.
so you're like, oh yeah, that song is with that crazy music video he did, yeah.
Yeah.
And I always ask guests this when I have them on, because I'm a huge horror fan. And do you like any horror movies? Do you watch any horror movies?
Horror movies. I like comedy and horror movies. The most recent one I've watched is Smile, and that
Oh,
was really
creepy.
really creepy, but it was
Yes.
so good. I really liked.
Yes.
And the other horror movies I've watched Black Phone. That was kind of a while ago, but that was
That was really good.
yeah, that was really good. And I also watched with my friend at a sleepover, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but the new one.
That's a hell of a movie to watch at a sleepover.
We were just like, "What's the scariest movie with the most blood we can find?" And they just found that
It's
one. This is
definitely that. It's definitely that. A guy running around with a chainsaw wearing his
yeah,
victim's skin on his face.
yeah. And then like I don't know if you remember, but that scene like in the bus when he comes with the chainsaw and everyone's packed in there, I was like, I was
Oh
like,
my god, that was crazy. Yes,
"Oh,
yes. That yeah, those movies are wild. Like there's so many Texas Chainsaw Massacre films, like from the one that was made in like the 1970s up until the one that was recently made.
Yeah.
E- every film is wild. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, and one of the ones I want to go see is Scream 6, the one with
Oh, that's
Ortega.
really
Yes.
good.
Yeah, I want to go see
Yeah, like a lot of fans are saying like Scream 6 is like the next best Scream since the first one.
that. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Watch it.
and it's pretty hard to top the first Scream, but it's right up there.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never watched any Screams, so I don't
Oh,
really know.
okay, okay. So you're gonna one wonder why a guy with a ghost face mask is trying to kill everybody.
Oh, yeah. I've seen everybody like dress up for Halloween as Ghostface and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And is there any app that you like using the most, or like watching the most?
App, I'd say probably ESPN app or TikTok. My mom says I'm on TikTok way too much, probably. So yeah, those are my main two right there.
No, it Tik TikTok gets very addicting though, because
Yeah,
like
I know. It's just like swiping and swiping,
I
and you'll be there for like
yeah,
an hour and be like, "Whoa."
you don't even realize that much time passes. Like you go on to scroll like one video, because whenever you you check your messages,
Yeah.
it always notifies you like what new video is posted of the person you're following. And then you go to click that and watch it, and then it goes to the next video, and
And
then
it's
you're on there for like an hour.
yeah.
Yeah, they really know how to get you. They're smart. And who inspires you a lot, like makes you want to do everything you do?
Say who inspires me the most is probably this basketball player, Kobe Bryant.
Oh
He
yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
his mentality, like never quit and like always keep going, like job's not finished. It really like applies to acting a lot, really, too. Like in a sense, like don't quit when you get down. There's like gonna be like bumps in the road, in life, and you know, God always like puts you through stuff that you can do. So yeah.
Exactly. Wow, that's really good. I like that. And is there anything coming up next for you that you want to plug? Like anything you're going to be in?
There's this film that I booked, The Hermit. I don't know when
Oh,
it's
okay.
gonna come out though. It has Lou Ferrigno playing as the
Oh, the Hulk.
main guy. Yeah, the Hulk.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I'm gonna be in that, and probably more commercials, and hopefully more TV and movie stuff.
Nice. Wow. I love his version of Hulk too. Like
Yeah,
to be in a movie with him is going to be wild.
I know. It's gonna be so cool.
Ah, that's awesome. And lastly is where can fans follow you at?
Fans can follow me at my Instagram. It's called It's Niko Morales, and my TikTok. It's Niko Morales as well. Both the same username. So
And it's Niko, not
yes,
NIC, right?
Niko, not Nico. All the teachers get that wrong too, and it makes me so mad.
Well, well, thank you so much for coming on. It was really nice meeting you, and you're really nice. And thanks again for
Thank you.
doing it.
Thank you so much for having me, you too. It was great to meet you too.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No
Well,
problem.
we'll definitely have a great night, bud.
All right, thanks. You too.
Okay.